I am back with another sketchbook video. Today I will be showing off the second half of this sketchbook. It's been a long time coming. I started this one in October, and I recorded the first half of the sketchbook tour around the time of my midterm, so probably like March-ish. Um, so I'm finally done with it, so I will be going over the second half. This is a Blick house brand sketchbook. It was, I think, a 9x12, but I used a big laser and I cut off a couple inches because I wanted it to be square, but then it caught on fire and is very singed. So, experiment kind of worked, but also kind of didn't work. Like, I was able to use the sketchbook just fine. It used to kind of leave, like, soot on my fingers. Not anymore, though. It's, like, finally, done doing that, I guess. Really quick, the stickers. My girlfriend got this one. I don't remember where it came from. This is from a local brewery that I go to shows at sometimes. Local artists, Frisky Monkey, Watch Out for Snakes. I have this Lemon Demon one that came with my Spirit Phone vinyl that I got a couple years ago. This one's from Sonic, because they had like the Sonic State shirts collection. My friends and I got them. My friend Michelle made this one and sent it to me a while ago. This is Winter Bloom, it's where I work. This is from Amber Mars Art, and this is a local coffee chain that my girlfriend and I like to go to, and they used to have free stickers. So to get into it, this is the inside cover. I usually put my vinyl hype stickers right on the inside cover, but I didn't really buy any vinyl while I had this one. The only vinyl that I bought, I got Bikini Kill, as you can see. I got Broken Bells, and then I bought a Rich Hawk coin one a couple weeks ago, but there was no sticker, so this is all I have to show for it. But yeah, I finished it the other day. I can't talk. Oh, anyways. Oh god. Yeah, so I finished this 2 days ago. And I did the inside cover inspired by the TV Girl album cover, because I had just seen TV Girl with my girlfriend when I started the sketchbook. So let me flip to the halfway point. This is the halfway point. If you want to see the first half of the sketchbook, you can watch my other video. This is like post-it notes that I was doing, kind of around the time of midterms, like I said before. That's when I finished the first half of this. So when I was listening to my lectures, I would just draw on sticky notes, and then I just kind of slapped them in here. This envelope I just glued in here. I don't really remember why. I think I wanted to draw on it and I didn't. It's full of business cards from my peers, because my school had like a spring arts festival, and I grabbed a lot of people's business cards. A lot of these people I don't know like super well. I see them around school, or we follow each other on social media, so it was very nice to like get to see people in person at that event. Notes immediately. That's not very exciting, but notes for school. I took a sequential art class this semester, and we had to come up with a zine about like a serious topic that we felt like covering. I was torn between doing sex work and cults, and then I kind of wanted to try to do like how sex work is cult-like, but that was too, like, I guess complex for me to tackle in like an 8-page zine. You'll see the zine in a second. So I did it on cults because I was reading this book. It was alright. It wasn't my best work, but my professor liked it, and that's what matters. More stuff for my cult comic. It's Jim Jones, leader of the Jonestown cult. So this is just me planning it. And then I had like a really bad depressive episode in like March, and I don't really remember why or what was really going on with me, but I wrote lyrics for a song and little venti doodles. This was a comic that I made for class, and I cut it up. We had to do it on copy paper for some reason, and when I was done, I cut it. And it was supposed to be about, or I think the prompt was selfie, and I made mine because I did this the day after I went and saw X Society, and we went to the first night of tour, and they were filming a lot of us, and they said they were doing a tour documentary. I don't know if that's still going to come out, because it's been a couple months since tour ended, and they haven't said anything. But they were like, yeah, we're going to do a tour documentary, so they were filming it, and me and Celia were, like, front row, dead center, and we were like, oh my god, we have to, like, really get, like, hyped up because we're being filmed, like, we can't look dead, like, so, like, we were, like, going hard, like, singing and screaming all the words and jumping up and down, but we were so exhausted because by the end of the night, we had sat through 5 sets, that were each, like, 45 minutes long, and it was exhausting. It was so much fun, but it was exhausting, and they kept passing us the mic, so I drew somebody holding the mic out to us. Um, and then afterwards, we were talking to Rav, and he was like, "Oh my god, you guys were like going hard as fuck in the front row. Like we saw you, and they're like, yeah, we're exhausted. Like it was so hot. Like I thought I was gonna black out." Here we have some figure drawing homework. We had to do like 10 hands, 10 feet in any medium. I guess he didn't specify a medium, so I just did Prismacolor pencil. I got clowned on really hard for my feet drawings by my classmates, so I'm kind of sad about that, because I was really proud of these at first, and now I'm like, oh. Because they were like, "Oh, you drew the toes so short," and I was like, "What?" But whatever. Yeah, like this one, people really did not like this one, and these were like some of my favorites. I like these a lot. People on TikTok were like, "Hey, yo, why are you drawing feet, huh?" And I was like, "Shut up. I'm in art school. It's literally homework." Got some Spider-Gwen doodles, because this was as I was approaching MomoCon, and I was reading Spider-Gwen because I was cosplaying Spider-Gwen. I love Gwen, so I did some Spider-Gwen stuff. I had canon her as a lesbian, so I wrote that. And then TV Girl lyrics, because the song fits her, I think. Then we got some Spider-Sona stuff. Again, I drew Spider-Sona in the first half of the sketchbook, so I kept it going. Kind of redesigned her a little bit. I made her a Cyclops because my like monster girl persona is also a Cyclops. I like these a lot. Somebody on a server that I'm in suggested Spyclops, and I was like, oh, that's like really funny. And I love this, except for I hate these red lines that I drew around it. I wish I hadn't, because it's really distracting, and I feel like you don't get the full scope of the drawing. I don't know. And then No Doubt lyrics, because obvious reasons. Notes for school. It was an exercise we did, like a Linda Berry writing exercise. It was alright. And then we had to like, it had something to do with like remembering like a specific memory and all the details about it. Like it would ask you questions about your memory, and then for 7 minutes you just had to write what you remembered about the memory. It was, yeah, just kind of taking up room. Some Spider-Man stuff from my art school Spider-Man verse. I think I talked about it a little bit in my last video, but if you didn't watch it, I got really into Spider-Man this year for a while, and I was like, if Marvel ever let me write a Spider-Man comic, it would definitely be like where instead of like leaning more into like his science-y side, Peter goes to art school with MJ and becomes Spider-Man there. And yeah, I don't know, I think about it a lot. And I was really into it for a while, so got some Peter and MJ stuff, and I think this is a Gwen. Yeah, it's Gwen in her suit. This is right when I started watching Breaking Bad, so we have a Walt that I did in this. I literally have it right here. This literally just a 24-pack of Crayola crayons. They're so fun to draw with. So I drew a Walt with some crayons. I redrew a meme from Pinterest, and then I drew this really ugly Jesse and Jane. This is a study of a Rav, just like, I don't know, it's, oh my god, what even is it? It's a YouTube video with, like, tracks that he posted that, like, you're not really supposed to know about. Like, he didn't promote it, he just, like, posted on a burner account. It was like, if you find this, congratulations. Oh, it was B-Sides and Rarities Volume 9, that's what it was, and it had this really dope album art, so I redrew it, and I wrote lyrics. It's like a lot of demos for I'm On To Me. More Gwen stuff. I think I didn't want to mess up this, so I didn't draw on this side. This is Posca pen, this is pencil, this is a study from a panel from a comic. Some OC stuff. I'm just trying to force myself to use my sketchbook, because, again, I was going through pretty bad burnout with school. My friend Miles, I drew him with some crayons. We became friends because he made this really fucking funny TikTok. And I commented, I was like, this TikTok is so funny. I keep coming back and watching it because I've been thinking about it, like, for the last 2 days. And he was like, that's awesome. And then he followed me back and he's like, oh, your art's, like, really cool. I was like, thank you, and now we are friends. Did some scooter studies from Pinterest because I found some Copic markers and some like random highlighters just lying in a bag, and I was like, okay. These are mock-ups, like just shitty thumbnails for my figure drawing final that I did. I did a self-portrait of myself in my Gwen cosplay, so I painted myself as Gwen because he was like, oh, you know, like a lot of people usually do this assignment with a twist, like don't just do a boring self-portrait because you're in art school, you've done a million of those, you should do something fun, and I was like, okay, so I did a gouache painting of me as Gwen. Just a lot of like notes again for myself. This was when we were prepping for our final in my figure drawing class, not my figure drawing class, sequential art class where we did a zine festival. So I wrote out all the stuff that I was going to be selling and like trying to pick out pages to put in my physical copies of my digital sketch zines because the 2021 is 70 pages and this one is 100 pages, and I was like, well, I can't make a 100-page zine, like, you know, I don't have the time or patience or money, so I made little 8-page zines, or I think they were 16-page, and I picked out just a couple of pages from each digital file. And then this was Patreon thumbnails for April. I did a warm bodies theme, toying with some pin ideas. I ended up not making these, but I did make this into a little wooden pin. I think I have some right here. Yeah, I made these with a laser cutter, and they are hand painted with gouache and Posca pen, so yeah, that's the concept and that's the execution. Then, because everybody clowned on me so hard for my feet drawings, I redid some of them and resubmitted them for a better grade, because I really did not want to get a B in that class because of some fucking nasty feet I drew. And these are a lot better, like, I was a lot more conscious about toe lengths. I don't remember where I was when I drew these. I know I was out of the house, but I drew some Memphises. Wherever I was, they were playing One Way Trigger by the Strokes, because then it got stuck in my head. Just a lot of scribbly stuff. OC thumbnails, but this was like thumbnails for a comic, but I don't remember what the context is here at all, but now I'm intrigued. Just some scribbly Memphis and Lopi stuff. I might have been in a coffee shop when I drew these. I don't know. I really like this spread. I kind of wish I'd done a little more with it. I lost this Posca pen on the Teen Wolf set. I was in the new Teen Wolf movie a couple months ago, and I brought this Posca pen and then like one of my other favorite like black pens in my little pocket sketchbook. And I was on the bus, we were leaving set, it was the last day, and I dropped the Posca pen and it just rolled like somewhere on the bus, and I was like, I'm never seeing that again. And I'm really sad because it was a really pretty color. But that's okay. So then I did some just other OC drawings. We have Juniper and Mesa, and then a Steven, and some Thomases. I really like this one. I love like the body language, like the curve and the expression. I wish I had done more here. I'm gonna say that a lot. I feel like I didn't do a lot of spreads with this second half, and I kind of just slogged my way through this sketchbook. My figure drawing professor said that these shoes are really good for learning how to draw feet. It's the Nike Presto, and he was like, your professor's a sneakerhead. You should be able to draw shoes. Just a random paint sample, because Thea was painting her music room in her new house, and had a bunch of paint samples, and Adrienne was about to throw them away, and I was like, no, I want them, and like, she couldn't tell if I was fucking with her or not, because she's like, is anybody gonna be mad if I throw them away? And I was like, I want them, and she thought I was messing with her. I was like, no, I genuinely, like, put them in my journals and stuff, and she's like, oh, okay. Then we have some Farmercy sketches, because I started playing Overwatch again, and I hate Blizzard, but I love Farah and Mercy so much, so it pains me, because, like, they're so good, but I don't want to give Blizzard my money or time. I have a Snot Girl study, another Snot Girl study, just trying to fill up space, really. Stupid Tumblr posts that I'm drawing with my OCs. A little self-portrait. Some Yeah Yeah Yeah's lyrics from my favorite Yeah Yeah Yeah's song, which is Art Star. This is some Zine Fest stuff and thumbnails for a project that I ended up not going through with. This is half of my little scrap zine. So yeah, as you can see, I just started taking some digital pages, and then I printed them into these two little booklets, and then I stapled them together. If you want the full file, you can either download it on my Pinterest, or not my Pinterest, my Patreon, or my Gumroad. They're available for $1. So yeah, and then this is my other one. It's called Difficult. And I talked about like the dangers of modern day cults. I mostly did it as like digital collages because I was just so burnt out and I did not want to draw things. Like this is like one of the only pages I actually drew for it, and I was so lazy with it. And then I put a screenshot from a Bim Bam at the end, and it says, "We're cult leaders, we did it." And then here's my business card. I made a business card, and I'm pretty excited about it. And it has like my socials on this QR code and my URL. And I think that's neat. I've never had business cards before. I got some Stevens. These are pretty cute. And then I was thinking about this old AU that I used to have with somebody where Steven was a mermaid and Thomas and Juniper were pirates. And they like captured Steven, and it was really fun. And I get really nostalgic for it like every like May to June-ish, just because it feels very summery to me. And then I got really into Stardew as soon as school ended again, and I made this Stardew OC like over a year, like a year and a half ago, but I didn't actually make their farm for like, I don't even know. I made it sometime last fall, I think like November-ish, and then I got through like most of the first year, and as soon as it hit winter, I quit playing. So I'm already back at like summer again, I think. I already kind of fell out of it, but I made this OC, and their name is Absinthe, and they are, like, the daughter, well, not daughter, but just, like, a weird, like, magic person. Like, they're made out of pure magic, and they're, like, the child of the witch, like, the wizard's ex. And, like, they got tired of their mom, and so they bought the farm from somebody's dying grandpa, and, like, live on the farm. So I drew, like, all of their outfits. I decided that they're gonna marry Abigail, but I really originally was gonna have them marry Shane, and I'd like to think that, like, they keep going back and forth between Shane and Abigail and can't decide. So then I did more Stardew, like, brain stuff. Like, I just emptied out my brain from, like, all this Stardew stuff. So yeah, like, drawing them and Abigail, like, after, like, going mining together, but then, like, drawing them with Shane. Little Abigail, and then I was thinking about, like, I made, like, this, like, I thumbnailed out a whole comic, and I started making it, and I didn't finish it, but it was about, like, Abigail getting possessed, and then, like, Shane coming and helping them, and, like, they do an exorcism with, Sebastian and Sam. I'm, like, blanking on names. And then I did these creator clash studies. I wrote "Pain is temporary, swag is forever." So yeah, I really like these. My favorites are the Airsoft Fatty one. Like, this was the first one I did, and it turned out so good. Like, I'm like, where did this come from? This looks amazing. Like, I love the way I, like, rendered his, like, chin rolls. I don't know, it makes me happy. And then, this one of, Minx and, oh my god, I don't even remember her name now, because it's been, like, over a month. But the Minx fight, this one I really like. Ryan and Matt don't really look like Ryan and Matt to me, and then Critical looks a little too stylized for me, because I was kind of shooting for a little more realism, like, kind of more on this level or that level. But overall, these are really fun, and I'm pretty proud of them still. And then when I jumped ship from Stardew after a week of summer vacation, I started playing The Sims again. And I made these two Sims based on, like, a comic that I wanted to make, but I'm probably not going to make any time in the near future, so I just made them in The Sims to, like, figure out their story. So we have a vampire influencer, who, like, got turned in the 90s and just, like, is perpetually, like, a shitty 20-year-old. And, she hires this, familiar on Craigslist, and they kind of, like, a will they, won't they, like, shitty abusive relationship. Because the vampire, her name is Valerie, she's just, like, so immature and, like, messy, and, like, keeps eating all these people that her familiar Talia loves, and, like, it's a disaster, but it's so much fun to play on The Sims, too, because I just get to put them in, like, cool clothes, and then terrible things happen. So I did, like, the spread when I started playing, that Sims file again. Just some, like, scribbly stuff. My Michaels had a bunch of, like, the alcohol, based Tombow markers. these guys. They were on sale for $1 each, and I kind of want to go back already and get some more after I get paid soon, because they're awesome, and I love them. But this was the day that I got them, and just, like, trying to figure them out. So, again, with those markers, I did this Gwen spread that I really like. This was, I think, literally the day before MomoCon, and I was so excited, because it was the day before I cosplayed Gwen, and I was like, oh, I'm so hyped. This was after MomoCon, this was when I came back, and I started watching Stranger Things. I think these are kind of ugly. I loved them at the moment, and now I hate them. Yeah, I really have nothing to say about this. Like, I literally gave up on this spread. I like the Steve, and, like, I kind of like the composition, but that's it. If there's any awkward pauses, it's because I'm editing out my coughing, because I'm getting over COVID, and I keep coughing every, like, minute and a half to 2 minutes, because I'm talking a lot. Yeah, I just got over having COVID for 2 weeks, and it sucked. Just trying to, like, force myself to draw again. Did some Junipers and Mesas, Mesa and her ex-girlfriend, Ophelia. This is my friend's boyfriend's cat, Kirby. I like these a lot still. Thinking about my old comic Witch Hunt and, like, plot things that I was really excited to draw and never really got around to doing, because I took a break from that comic, and now I don't really know what the status of it is anymore. And then Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush used to be, like, my favorite Kate Bush song, and now I'm so sick of it. But this was before I got sick of it. I got obsessed with that song, like, 2 or 3 years ago, and, like, every fall I listened to it over and over. But I was like, oh, this song that I love and haven't listened to in a while is popular. Let me listen to it 6 times in a row. And then I was like, oh, now I'm tired of it. But anyways, Stephen and Thomas stuff, like angsty doodles. I'm pretty sure I drew these at the beach, or at least these. Just thinking about Mystery Kids and them being at the beach. This is when we came home from Florida, because my girlfriend and I went to Florida. No? Yes? Maybe? Wait. Okay. This page was when I came home, but this was not. And the next page was not. Yeah, so I wrote out what I'm going to do for the 100 Heads challenge, which I am currently doing. I'm in between day 3 and 4 now, because I just did day 3 today. I'm not going to be able to do it consecutively, though, because Amber is about to have oral surgery, and, like, we're going to be gone, and I'm going to be working, so I did the first 3 days, and then I'm going to come back to it probably, like, next weekend. We'll see how it goes. So I am going to do Tombow markers and Crayola markers next, then alcohol markers, inks, probably just these little, like, ballpoint pens I have, then watercolor, then gouache, and then Posca pen, and then a free-for-all day where I pick the medium and just do whatever feels right. So yeah. Oh my god, my throat is starting to hurt so bad now, so I'm going to try to hurry through the rest of this. This is when Amber and I went to the beach. We were in Florida visiting my mom, so I did this really shitty painting of her at the beach. I don't like it. I hate it, actually. I don't like the colors. I don't know why I sketched in this weird dark purple. I feel like I just used to do better paintings at this beach. This is the same beach I always paint at, and I feel like I have so many older paintings that capture it way better than this, but it's okay. It captured the moment, and then I put some twerp lyrics because we were listening to twerp on the beach. This was when I came home. I did some OC drawings, got some Lopi and Memphis stuff. This is based on, like, my old twerp headcanons. I used to be really into the twerp fandom, and, like, my friends and I used to have, like, headcanons about them and stuff. And, like, this used to be, like, my Phobos face headcanon, where I was like, oh, I bet he's, like, a brooding, handsome lord under his helmet with, like, long, flowing, beautiful hair and, like, cool, glowing skin. And, like, I came up with, like, this design where he had long blonde hair and, like, you know, blue skin. And, like, these dark, alien-y eyes, and it got, like, really popular on Tumblr. So I came up with that when I was, like, 15, and I was feeling nostalgic because Amber and I saw twerp. It was her first twerp concert. It was my 5th twerp concert. I made this print for them, and some stickers as well, and they loved it, and it made me very happy to get to give them that. And then Rich Aucoin put in his, like, slideshow during the show, he put Maggie May can turn you into a popsicle, and I started crying, because I was like, oh, that's so cool, it's so sweet. And I got, like, a shout out from this musician I love during his set, where, you know, he's playing for 1,000 people. It was very cool. So I did some twerp drawings after because I was just like nostalgic because I used to draw like so much twerp fan art. Like I'm thinking about doing a video where I go back through my sophomore year of high school sketchbook. It's like 4 years old, almost 5 years old at this point, and I want to go back through it so bad and just like see all of my old twerp video or twerp drawings and do a video about it. Just like a sketchbook tour too for the same sketchbook I toured years ago. So anyways, just drew some twerp fan art. I drew their old designs just because like that's what I know how to draw. It's what I used to draw. These are referenced from photos, but it felt good to just get back to these old designs. When I was visiting my mom, she showed me this TikTok account she's obsessed with called Tamara's Blue Chicken, which is this very cute little bird named Kiwi, and he talks because he's a parrot, and he always says "thank you, baby," and he always says like "wow" and "goodness," and he's so cute. So I did this little page. I kind of wanted to make it a spread, and then I didn't because there's like a lot of like really dark lead on this side, and I didn't want them to interact weird. But I put excess paint here, so it looks like there should be something there, and there's not, and I kind of hate that. Thumbnails, because Thea and I are going to go see Carly Rae Jepsen a little bit after my birthday, and it's going to be around Halloween, so I'm going to make a print of her as like a horror movie slasher, but like super cute, and it's going to say Carly Slay Jepsen, and I think I'm going to make it look like a movie poster with like the date of the concert, and it's going to be my October Patreon theme, and I'm so excited. Like, I feel very good about that idea, and because we have VIP tickets, so I'm gonna give it to her during the Q&A, I think, if I'm allowed to. Then I got COVID. Yeah, so, like, it was hard to fill up the last bit of the sketchbook because I was just struggling for a couple days. Going back to my old twerp headcanon roots, but thinking about, like, new additions to the lore, because there's, like, more that's come out since I got into them, like the fact that Stone is Sung's brother. That used to not really be well known when I was in the fandom. So just thinking about like his brother being like a victim of boredom, and like that's why he's not in the band, and he was like frontline in the disco war, like the lyric from Groove Crusaders. I don't know, just kind of thinking about it, and, like what he would look like under his gas mask, and like how that would match with my Sung face canon. This is what I headcanon Sung to look like under his helmet. And then my old computer wife design, just kind of redrawing her a little bit, because I used to, like, love computer wife, and I have so many headcanons about her, and it's so stupid. Like, this is never going to be relevant, but I like to think that she's, like, president of Lady World, and is just, like, a cool, like, boss lady lesbian. I love this spread. This is one of my favorite spreads in the sketchbook. It's these two Tombow markers. It's, what is it? P603 and P126. They won't focus. These two. The green is so vibrant over the purple, and I didn't expect it to do that. And so, like, once I found that out, I became obsessed with that combo, and I love these because I blocked out the pose with the purple, and then I drew over it with the green, and then I went back in with a black Posca pen and, like, drew that. And it just, oh, I love the way it looks. It's so satisfying to me. And then that became, like, my new favorite way of drawing, and that's still how I've been drawing a lot the last couple days, where I would just block in from poses on Pinterest and then draw over it. I love this page so much. I love the grid, I love the sticky note combo, the green, and the soft, buttery yellow, like, halo. I did it again here, too, and I just love the effect. So yeah, Lopi and his sister Mesa, and then my girlfriend and I watched the show Shrill, partially when we were at my mom's, then partially while we were quarantining. It was really good. So I did an A.D. Bryant study. This is a weird garbage spread that I did when I had COVID. I asked on Instagram what I should draw, and these were all recommendations and suggestions and prompts, and it's kind of a weird page, and I kind of hate it and I kind of love it. And then this continued, as you can tell. I kind of like these. It kind of looks like Steven when they were, like, a kid versus, like, Steven as an adult, which I think is kind of fun. This is when the art fight teams got announced, and I was going to do a little drawing of myself like this, and then I ended up not doing that, but that's okay. This started as an Instagram request, and then I made it into a whole spread. My friend Kim told me I should draw Daisy, and I love how these turned out so much. Like, I didn't think they were going to turn out that cute, but I love how poofy I got the dress. I did the same strategy of just blocking in colors, and then drawing the outlines over them, and it was so much fun. And then I did Peach and Rosalina, I Will Survive, because I was watching a cake concert from 2002 that they did for Yahoo. It was so weird, but it popped up in my YouTube recommended, so I watched that and I wrote lyrics. I don't like Rosalina that much, but that's okay. Like, I like her as a character. I don't like the drawing. And then another prompt I got was drawing Monster High characters, and Monster High, as some of you may know, used to be my shit as a child. Like, hardcore obsession. Like, probably the most obsessed I've ever been with anything, besides maybe Gravity Falls. I used to collect the dolls. I think I had like 90 of them by the time I was done. Like, I decided I was too old for them. I had OCs. I would roleplay these OCs on, like, different threads, and, like, a website, and, I would do art trades with people. Like, that is really what got me into art. Like, Monster High got me into art, and Gravity Falls got me into, like, storytelling through art. So anyways, they were like, draw a Monster High character, so I drew, Draculaura, Ghoulia, and Claudine, and just, like, some cute little outfits. And then I redrew my Monster High Sona from when I was a kid. Her name was Maggie Hydro, and she was, like, a sea monster who couldn't swim. And I made her a sea monster because, like, when I was a kid and, like, I first made her, Laguna used to be my favorite before, like, they made, like, Ghoulia one of the main ghouls. Like, this is, like, OG, like, 2010 Monster High when there were, like, 6 dolls out, and Ghoulia didn't even, like, exist yet. I mean, she existed, like, in the cartoon, but she wasn't, like, a doll yet. So I was like, well, Laguna was my first doll, so I have to make myself a sea monster. So I kept some of it true, like, to my original character from being a kid, and then some of it, like, more when I was, like, in high school. Like, I made her president of the art club, because I was president of art club when I was in high school. And I put that she used to play Ultimate Roller Maze, because I used to play roller derby as a kid. But I drew her in, like, an outfit that I have now that feels very Monster High, and I don't know, I think she turned out very cute. This is one of the last spreads. I still had COVID and felt like shit. This was the first day I felt okay enough again to sit upright at my desk, but I was really, really struggling, and I just wanted to finish the sketchbook. This is for my friend Miles, because every time I open up sketchbook requests, he tells me something stupid and Will Toledo. So, Will Toledo Garfield. Then just some OC stuff, being tired of the sketchbook. And then thumbnailing to figure out the inside cover of my next sketchbook. And then a July Patreon thumbnail that I'm actually going to work on this week. And then I am done. These are just some, like, random inserts, tags. This came from a Megamind figure that Celia got me for Christmas. This is a tag for a Psyduck plushie that I bought for my car. This is from a tote bag that Zoe gave me for, I think, my birthday, or maybe it was Christmas. This is from a business, this is from an Etsy shop that Amber ordered from, and this was a business card for somebody that I met at MomoCon, but they made it into a sticker, which I thought was really cool. And then on the back, I put random stickers from places I've been, or things I've done. This is a Winter Bloom one for a design I made for our Halloween merch, and it started to melt at the beach, as you can tell by the big smudge. Like, it just started melting onto my leg when I was drawing, and I was like, that's so weird. This is from Sticker App. It's from a farmer's market we went to. This is a stamp that Amber took off of a letter because it was cute. This is a Foster the People sticker that used to be on Thea and I's iPad, but I didn't like it, so I took it off. I don't remember where this Pride one came from at all. Clifford Band-Aid that Amber got at the doctor. She did not use it. It's unused, but she thought it was cute, so she gave it to me. I made Amber these stickers of her lizards for Christmas, and I reprinted, this one was a pre-existing one, and then she got a new lizard, so I made these for her for Christmas on Sticker App, and they are adorable, and we love giving them to people. And then we went to this coffee shop in Florida, and they had these free stickers. I did not like the coffee shop, unfortunately. Like, it was cool in theory, but it was too crowded to sit anywhere, so we had to sit outside, and it was super hot because it was June. The people that worked there were kind of rude, and it was, like, so expensive. It was, like, $14, and then they hit you with, like, they turn the iPad around, and they're like, it's gonna ask you a few questions, and then it's like, would you like to tip $20? And I was like, So, yeah. I don't know, but they gave me a sticker, so at least there's that. So yeah, that is this sketchbook. This is pretty much my sophomore year of college sketchbook, because I used it almost the whole school year. And then my new sketchbook, let's grab it. I'm so excited about this sketchbook. It's pretty significantly larger. It's a Handbook Co. one. I just bumped it. I just got it the other day. Covered it with all the cool stickers I bought at MomoCon. I started a video of me starting it because I'm doing the 100 Heads challenge in it. That's the inside cover I ended up going with. And then I'm doing the 100 Heads challenge, so here's where I'm at from today. Here's a little sneak peek, because this video will probably be coming out before that one. Yeah, I'm optimistic about that sketchbook. So, fun times. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Subscribe if you liked it, I guess, or don't. I don't know. If you liked it though, subscribing would be pretty cool. I also have a Patreon, and other social media. Like, I post a lot on TikTok now. I have Twitter, I have an Instagram. You should follow me on other social media if you would like to see more of my content. I hate the word content. I'm gonna say art. If you'd like to see more of my art. Anyways, I hope you have a nice day or night or evening or wherever you are. And yeah, that's it. Bye.